Hello friends, welcome again. Current affairs is very important for your upcoming government jobs. SN Academy will provide you the best material for national and international news. So keep watching and study hard. November 2020. The first news is the Union Territory of Ladakh has got the largest solar power project set up under the Centre's Make in India initiative at LIC Indian Air Force Station to provide sustainable energy alternative to fossil fuel and traditional methods of energy generation. The project, namely provision of solar photovoltaic power plant 1.5 megawatt, has been completed within 12 months, well before the completion deadline of March 31st, 2021. It is the largest installed solar project till date out of the target of 3,000 megawatt in 3 phases for defense sectors and 14 megawatt for Leh region as said by the Union Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. The project worth rupees 122 crore was recently inaugurated by Air Marshal V.R. Chaudhary, Commander-in-Chief, Western Air Command. Next. Uttar Pradesh Cabinet has cleared the proposal to rename the Ayodhya Airport as Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram Airport, Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh. The proposal for the same will be sent to the Ministry of Civil Aviation after it is passed by the State Assembly. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Adityanath has announced on the occasion of Deepotsav on Diwali Eve in November 2018 that Ayodhya will have both international and domestic terminals and could potentially be one of the largest airport of Uttar Pradesh. Next. Lieutenant General Harpal Singh has appointed new Engineer-in-Chief, Indian Army. He is presently the Director General of Border Roads Organization and would take over his new appointment on 1st December. Major General Rajiv Chaudhary has been appointed as the new Director General of the Border Roads Organization. The BRO is responsible for the construction and maintenance of roads along the borders with China and Pakistan. Next. Mercedes-Benz has joined hands with State Bank of India to offer financial benefits to the lender's high net worth individual customers. This collaboration will give the luxury automobile manufacturer access to State Bank's India's high net worth individual customer base, while the bank's customer will enjoy exclusive benefits at the time of booking a Mercedes-Benz car. The collaboration with SBI gives an exciting opportunity to expand our customer base and reach out to the potential HNI customers of the bank with products and services. Next. HDFC Bank has signed an MOU with Inventivepreneur Chamber of Commerce and Industries to support SMEs and startups. Through this association, ICCI will engage, enroll and support various startups, SMEs and MSMEs to facilitate inter alia financial and other facilitates from HDFC Bank. ICCI and HDFC Bank jointly conduct diverse networking activities, awareness camps and interactive sessions, business events. HDFC Bank may offer bank accounts to startups that are supported by Inventivepreneur and recommended by Inventivepreneur. HDFC Bank will offer key business support functions like shared workspace, digital marketing, web services, patent filing, content writing, tax and legal advisory to ICCI recommended business. Next. The National Investment Promotion and Facilitation Agency Invest India has partnered with United Nations Development Programme UNDP India to develop the first ever SDG investor map for India. The map lays out 18 investment opportunities areas in 6 critical SDG enabling sectors that can help India to move forward on sustainable development path. This initiative is an instrumental stride in India's development trajectory. This data-backed research and insights will act as the blueprints to provide a better understanding of how best the SDG financial gap can be reduced in India. Next. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has inaugurated the 3rd Global Renewable Energy Investment Meeting and Expo through video conferencing. The summit is organized by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. The theme for Reinvest 2020 is Innovations for Sustainable Energy Transition. The first two editions of Reinvest were held on 2015 and 2018. Next. Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju has launched the second edition of the Fit India School Week program in the presence of Fit India Mission. Sports Minister encouraged school children to participate in the Fit India movement. To participate in the program, the schools have to register themselves on www.fitindia.government.in. The Fit India Social Week program was launched in November last year and saw participation from over 15,000 schools across the country. Important keys: founder of Fit India is Suparna Satpathy. Next. Founder of Tata Consultancy Services, Fakir Chand Kohli, better known as the father of Indian IT industry, passed away. Besides being the founder, he was also the first CEO of TCS. Kohli also worked as the Deputy General Manager of Tata Power Company and was the Chairman of the Board of Governors of College of Engineering, Pune. As the first CEO of TCS, he pioneered India's first IT revolution and helped the country's build to $190 billion IT industry. A visionary and pioneer by nature, he was a recipient of Padma Bhushan from the Government of India. Next. Australian-American lawyer, investment banker and economist James Wolfson, who served as the president of the World Bank for 10 years, passed away. He had served as 9th president of the World Bank Group from 1995 to 2005. Together with the International Monetary Fund, that is IMF, Wolfson launched the Heavily Indebted Poor Countries Initiative in 1996, a program that eventually provided more than 53 billion in debt relief to 27 of the world's poorest countries. Next. Malayalam film Jallikattu, directed by Lijo Jose Pellistreri, has been selected as India's official entry for the Best International Feature Film category for the 93rd Academy Awards. Jallikattu is the third Malayalam film after Guru 1997 and Adaminte Makan Abu 2011 to be chosen as the country's official entry for the Oscars. Jallikattu premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival, garnering praise from critics. It was later screened at the Bhushan International Film Festival and a host of other major venues. 28th November 2020. The first news is Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change Prakash Javadekar has launched the India Climate Change Knowledge Portal. According to Prakash Javadekar, India has practically achieved its pre-2020 climate action targets. He said, "Though India is not responsible for climate change, it is taking responsible action to mitigate the challenge." The portal will have all the major steps the government is taking at both national and international levels to address the climate change issues. Next. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has inaugurated and laid the foundation stones of 16 national highways projects in Uttar Pradesh. The construction cost of these infra projects is estimated to be around rupees 7,477 crores. These highway projects include a road length of 505 kilometers and will provide better connectivity, convenience to the public as well as lead to economic growth in the state. National highways works over 2 lakh crore rupees are being undertaken in Uttar Pradesh. Next. Russia successfully test-fired a Zircon hypersonic cruise missile in the Arctic. The frigate Admiral Gorshkov in the White Sea fired a Zircon hypersonic cruise missile, hitting a naval target 450 km away in the Barents Sea at a speed of over March 8. In early January, the same frigate test-fired a Zircon missile for the first time, striking a ground target over 500 km away. Last month, the warship deployed in the White Sea destroyed a naval target in the Barents Sea with a Zircon missile. Next. Cambridge Dictionary has named quarantine as Word of the Year 2020. The word has been named the Word of the Year based on data that showed that it was one of the most highly searched words on the Cambridge Dictionary this year. Cambridge editors have noticed that people are using the word in a new way this year, describing a general period of time in which people are not allowed to leave their homes or travel freely so that they do not catch or spread a disease. Next. The National Statistical Office (NSO) has released the estimates of gross domestic product (GDP) for the second quarter, that is from July to September 2022 to 21. The GDP of constant 2011 to 2012 prices on quarter 2 of 2020 to 21 is estimated at rupees 33.14 lakh crore as against of rupees 35.84 lakh crore in quarter 2 of 2019 to 20. Next. Konark Corps of Indian Army has launched a 1971 kilometer cycling expedition in Gujarat and Rajasthan to commemorate the commencement of the Golden Jubilee Victory celebration of Indian Armed Force in the Indo-Pak War of 1971. 1971 kilometers Swarnim Vijay Varsh cyclothon across Gujarat and Rajasthan has been joined by the relay teams of 20 participants, each of the various army formations across the two states. Next. The Indian national team have moved up a spot to 104 in the latest FIFA rankings. The Indian team were ranked 108th in the October 2020 ranking. In 2 months, India has climbed 5 spots after being 109th in September. Meanwhile, on the global scene, the top 6 remain unchanged. Belgium continues to lead the ranking, followed by France, Brazil, England, Portugal and Spain. Argentina is 7th, having interchanged spots with 8th placed Uruguay. Mexico and Italy complete the top 10. Next. SpiceJet has launched dedicated freighter services connecting Leh with the rest of the country. This is the first time a civil airline has started freighter services to Leh. Accordingly, the airline operated the first freighter flight from Delhi to Leh carrying 13 tons of cargo suppliers. Spice Express, the dedicated cargo arm of SpiceJet, will deploy its Boeing 737 freighter on this route. Next. Infrastructure major Larsen & Toubro (L&T) has bagged an order over rupees 7,000 crore to construct a part of the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail, also known as the Bullet Train project. The scope of the order includes the construction of viaducts, one station, major river bridges, maintenance depots and other luxury works. Next. The Boring and Lady Curzon Medical College and Research Institute in Bangalore have been named after former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The institute was set up in 2018-19 on the campus of Boring and Lady Curzon Hospital in Shivaji Nagar in the heart of Bangalore. 29th and 13th November 2020. The first news is Prime Minister Narendra Modi has chaired the 33rd Pragati meeting to review multiple projects, grievances and programs. Pragati stands for proactive governance and timely implementation. The projects worth around rupees 1.41 lakh crore related to 10 states and union territories were reviewed. They included Orissa, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Gujarat, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. These projects were related to the Ministry of Railway, MORTH, DPIIT and Power Ministry. Next. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on a 3-city visit on 28 November 2020 to personally review the COVID-19 vaccine development and manufacturing process at facilities in these cities. Facilities visited by PM Modi are Zydus Biotech Park in Ahmedabad, Bharat Biotech in Hyderabad and Serum Institute of India in Pune. Next. The Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Narendra Singh Tomar virtually inaugurated Honey Farmer Producer Organization program in 5 states for producing honey. The Honey FPO program aims to address the issue faced by the beekeeping industry and also promote honey production in the country. This will also help in achieving the goal in increasing farmers' income. Important keys. Chairman of NAFED, which is National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited, is Bijender Singh. NAFED founded on 2nd October 1958 and headquarter it is in New Delhi. Next. The first coal-based power plant of Arab Gulf country is being developed in Sai Shuaib, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The 2,400 megawatt Hassian clean coal power station will be built at an estimated cost of Rs 3.5 billion. The project will comprise 4 units of 600 megawatt each, which are expected to start operation in 2020, 21, 22 and 23 respectively. The power plant is expected to produce sufficient electricity to power approximately 250,000 households. Next. The UPS has projected India's real GDP to contract 10.5% in financial year 21 in its Global Economics and Markets Outlook 2021 to 2022 report. For the fiscal 2021 to 22, UBS expects India's real GDP growth to rebound to plus 10% in financial year 2022. UBS also estimates India's GDP to stabilize at 6.2% year in financial year 2023. Next. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India (IRDAI) has given its in-principle approval for the merger of Bharti AXA General Insurance with ICICI Lombard. The merger entity will have a market share of around 8.7% on a pro forma basis in the general insurance business. Based on the share exchange ratio recommended by independent valuers, shareholders of Bharti AXA will receive 2 shares of ICICI Lombard for every 115 shares of Bharti AXA. At present, promoter ICICI Bank Limited holds is 51.89% stake in ICICI Lombard, while the rest is with the public. After the proposed deal, the promoter stake will come down to 48.11%. Next. Private lender Yes Bank has launched an SMS Pay functionally on POS terminals, which would allow merchants to accept contactless and remote payments from their customers. Yes Bank has collaborated with French payment services company Worldline to launch the new facility. SMS Pay will facilitate merchants to accept remote payments on their POS machines and enable their customers to transact safely without leaving the comfort of their homes. Next. India and Finland sign and move for developing cooperation in the field of environment protection and biodiversity conservation. The move was signed by Environmental Minister Prakash Javadekar from the India side and his Finnish counterpart Krista Mikkonen through video mode. Further, advance Indian and Finnish partnership and strengthen technological, scientific and management capabilities and develop bilateral cooperation in the field of environmental protection and biodiversity conservation. Next. Indian cricket team skipper Virat Kohli scripted another record in the game. He broke Sachin Tendulkar's record and became the quickest batsman to complete 22,000 runs. He reached the milestone in his 462nd innings. Tendulkar battled 493 times to reach that mark. They are followed by Brian Lara and Ricky Ponting on the list. The only batsman with an average of over 50 across all formats, Kohli has 7,240 runs in Test, 12,834 runs in ODIs and 2,794 runs in T20s. Next. The United Nations recognized Day of Remembrance for all victims of chemical warfare on 30th November every year since 2005. The day marked a tribute to the victims of chemical warfare as well as to reaffirm the commitment of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons of the elimination of the threat of chemical weapons, thereby promoting the goals of peace, security and multilateralism. Next. The International Day of Solidarity with the Palestine People is an United Nations organized day held every year on November 29th. It is observed to mark the anniversary of Resolution 181, wherein the Assembly adopted the resolution on the partition of Palestine on November 29, 1947. Next. The National Organ Donation Day is observed in India every year on 27th November since past 10 years. The day aims to promote awareness and recognize the selfless contribution made by deceased donors to healthcare and mankind reinstill our faith in humanity. The year 2020 marks the 11th National Organ Donation Day. It is organized by the National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Next. British character actor David Prowse, best known for playing Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy, passed away. He was a weightlifter turned actor, was selected to portray Darth Vader for his imposing physique of 6 foot 7 inch. However, the role voiced by James Earl Jones, Prowse wore the black suit and helmet to play Darth Vader. Thank you. Keep watching.